I really be forgetting what the fuck I am meant to come up here and say. So, whatever. This one is going to have another one of them trigger warning things up there, I guess, for unaliving tendencies. So, if you don't want to talk about this shit, then you can go. But it's going to be a mixture of like my out of body experiences and my past unaliving tendencies. And I guess I'll just start with the first one. So, after being creeped on as like an 8-year-old kid, my like first out of body experiences actually happened when um, I got choked so hard that like I lost consciousness, and I glazed over it in a video where I talked about what happened because I have been made to question all of my spiritual experiences, so there was really no point in talking about it. And I would keep getting told that my experiences were fake. So after I had gotten choked out, am I allowed to say that? I don't fucking care at this point. I had left my body at that point. And when the person released me, I was staring at my body, kneeling on the ground from outside of my body. And whatever was in my body was not me. And it was one of those like oh shit moments, and as soon as like I realized that there was something else in my body at that point, I was just like, okay, no, you got to give it back. And they did. um it, whatever it was, it wasn't bad for me. I'll just say that. And that kind of like awakened a deeper rage in me than I had ever experienced as a kid, because like as a kid, you know, you're a really, usually you're just a really loving person. Like I was a very loving, light-hearted kid. Like I didn't take anything too seriously, and you know, I was just a regular fucking happy kid. And that experience left me feeling a lot of shit that I had never felt before. And I was out for red rum at that point, because that, it was just like at this point it's you or me. But and I spent every moment, every waking and sleeping moment, just wishing to end them. And I planned it out too. It wouldn't have worked. At least I don't think so. Well, maybe. I don't know. But I had planned it out. And then I was thinking, you know, why should I be the one? Like, why should I turn into a person that I have never been? Why should I become a red rum? And like, why? Why does it have to be me? And I was like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the person that hurts other people. And then after that was when I first tried to hurt my damn self. And I was just like, I don't want to be the one that hurts other people. Like, I don't feel like that's what I'm meant to do. Like, I'm meant to freaking end somebody else's existence. And so, at 8 years old, I had woken up really, really early. I actually, one time, I had planned on running away, and I left a note on the table, but I was afraid they were going to find it. The wrong person was going to find it. And so I ended up closing the door and going back. But the next time, I went down there early morning and grabbed one of the, are we allowed to say knives? The big one, that comes in the block or whatever. I don't know what they're fucking called. I'm not a chef. But, and I had like literally aimed it towards myself and was just gonna, but like something stopped me. And it was like I had simultaneously gone to the sunken place. It was like something else had grabbed my wrist, something else pushed me back to the sunken place, and while whatever it was grabbed my wrist and took the knife from my hand, the thing that had pushed me to the sunken place and taken over my body walked me back to my room. And that was my second out of body experience. And I just fucking cried, obviously, because it's just like now, like, this is beyond my control to be existing. And that was a lot for me to realize. Then I would go on later to um, completely forget about all of this. And one time, and then until I was in middle school, and I was on a bus, and it was really crowded. We had a substitute bus driver, and once again, I got pushed out of my body by something, and I was staring at myself outside of my body and watching myself literally flip off the bus driver. And when I actually returned to my body, I was looking at myself like, what the fuck? And like, whatever it was just a trickster. I didn't pick up any like really bad, something scary type energy. It must have been like some kind of spirit or some kind of other kid or something that realized that it could get to me. And when I got back into my body, I was like, oh shit. And I actually did get in trouble for it, but because my original bus driver was a creeper, and instead of like telling the school or anything, the substitute told the bus driver, and so the bus driver, it was his job to handle the disciplinary action, so he basically gave us all a talking to for our bad behavior and then sent us on our way. And it turned out like he ended up getting fired later on because he was a creep. So yeah, that got let go, and I never mentioned it to my family because they never believed anything I said anyway, so what was the point? And on top of that, I did something bad. And so instead of them realizing that maybe something else had taken over my body for real, they would have just punished me for it anyway. And I was already getting punished for everything everybody else was doing, so there was no point. Then the next time, like, I had actually ended up, when I was getting threatened with having all of like my anime and stuff taken away, I had pretty much planned it out, but somehow I managed to get out of having all of that taken away, and then everything was fine. Uh, I guess I'll do a part two. Oh, and side note, if you feel like that you need to do stuff like that, please seek help.